Hey everyone, it's Melissa with Up and Our Way. We stayed on the Strip on our last trip to Vegas, but we wanted to head downtown to see Circa, the new hotel downtown. But on our way there, we found this cool little art installation, so we decided to stop and just get a little footage of it. I was so sad though because I actually lost my Bellagio mask that I got the previous trip in Vegas, and it was probably my favorite mask. And I dropped it as I was walking out of the car and didn't realize it until we got to Circa. Anyway, if you're driving from the Strip to downtown, you'll likely pass by this. It's just on this kind of interesting corner where these two intersections meet. So now on our way to Circa. So before going into Circa itself, we had to park. And so we have to park at Garage Mahal, which is the parking garage for Circa. And they tout themselves for being a very safe and clean parking garage, and that's elevated for all of its guests. They have art installations in the garage. We didn't really see all of the art installations, but it was very clean and modern. And you'll see a kind of cool thing for rideshare as we walk out into the casino area. So if you're using rideshare at Circa, you go to the garage and you'll see downstairs here there's this cool chandelier that says the time of your life several times over and over again lit up. But it's kind of a cool little piece of art if you're waiting for your Uber or Lyft. So as you're walking out of the parking garage, you go to the walkway that we showed over the street. And so here we are, and you can get a view of some of the other hotels that are downtown. There's the California, or the Cal, where you can go get a Hawaiian plate lunch. That's really delicious. And there on the other side, you see some other hotels. There's the Plaza. So if you're familiar with downtown and haven't been to Circa yet, you kind of get the idea of where you're at. Interestingly, we had to show our IDs before entering. This hotel only allows guests 21 and older, and they were IDing everybody. It didn't matter how old you were. They were actually scanning everybody's IDs as you go in. And as you go in, you really do feel like you are in a large strip property, not necessarily a downtown property. And that's kind of the cool thing about the Circa Hotel is that you are downtown, where a lot of the hotels are older and lower ceilings. They just don't have the same kind of style that the strip properties do. Now this is the sports book. This is from the back end of it, so obviously that's the big gigantic TV, which you'll see more of in a second here, but you kind of get the idea of how humongous it is. And you'll see it's several levels, and on those two levels here you can see that there are some video poker machines that you can play and watch the games. So this is downstairs, and you get a view of what the sports book looks like from here. It's the largest sports book in the world. Huge. I can see this being a really great place to watch Sunday football and just have a good time, have a few drinks. Obviously, it's very empty now, but I can imagine in a couple of years how amazing it will be. And this is Vegas Vicky. She was resurrected from the dead. She was on Fremont Street since 1980, but was taken down in 2017. So bringing her back here to Circa brings a little nostalgia, old Vegas nostalgia to the property. The casino itself is very large. There are 2 levels and a lot of games that you can play, slots, tables, all the normal casino stuff that you can think of. And then there's the Mega Bar. So this Mega Bar is the largest in Nevada, or the longest bar in Nevada at 165 feet. And there are 46 TVs. So if you are coming and you don't want to sit at the sports book, but you want to watch some sports, you can hang out at the bar and you'll be sure to have a game playing that you'll be interested in because of the sheer number of TVs here. This little art gallery has a bunch of figures made out of Legos. kind of a cool, quirky little place. And speaking of cool, quirky things, everywhere you went, you found some little quirky art installations, just like the one that you see here. So I think it's kind of the Circa's mantra to have quirky art installations. We decided while we were here that we would take a look at Stadium Swim. And even though we had to pay $10 and we had no intention of getting in the water, we thought it was worth it to go and take a look and see what Stadium Swim was about. We came during the week, so our entry fee was $10 to get in. If you're there on the weekends, it's going to be higher. But if you are a hotel guest, you don't have to pay to go into Stadium Swim. So obviously the first thing you see is that gigantic big screen TV. It's 143 feet. And then below it, there are a couple of bars and a DJ. It was pretty cool just seeing the sheer size of things. The capacity in here is 4,000 people. So I can imagine that during the summertime, this place is going to be really busy. And you can just, hang out, watch some games, listen to music. By the way, the pools were heated. They had to have been at least 85 degrees, if not warmer. There were a few people swimming in there, not very many at all. But there were probably more security guards than anything. I saw at least 20 to 30 security guards just making sure everything was kept safe. And if you get out of the pool and you're just itching to gamble, there are a couple of sports betting machines. So if you want to place your sports bet and then go back to your seat and watch the game, you can do that. And then there are some tables set up for like blackjack and other type of table games. We had a chance to look at the 3 different cabana types while we were there. So this first cabana is a 10-seater. Well, 10 capacity. I don't know if it's 10-seater, but it's a 10-person cabana. The second cabana here will hold 15 people. And this last cabana holds 30 people. So one really cool thing about this cabana is that it has its own private bathroom. So if you don't want to share a bathroom with everybody else in the pool area, well, you can rent this cabana. I'm sure it's a pretty penny, but it seems to be a very nice place to hang out with a lot of friends. So after taking a look at the pools, we decided that it was time to eat. Walking by, we saw this Saginaw's Deli. We didn't end up eating here, but we thought it was a cool little place to show you. We were hungry for burgers, and we had seen Victory Burger while we were walking through initially, and we decided to try it out. You order up front, and then they bring your food to the tables. The food was really good. It was very heavy. Obviously, just looking at it, you can see that for yourself. But it was very tasty. We enjoyed it. Enrique got a cinnamon toast crunch shake, but it was really too sweet for me. And then it was time to head back to our hotel, the Cromwell on the Strip. If you want to see our room tour of the parlor suite, make sure you click the link above. Thank you so much for watching. Please consider subscribing, and we'll see you next time.